Anyways, oh my god, I'm so excited about this Exploring Happiness episode, because I think, was it a few days ago or yesterday, we asked you the question, how to make money online, and what is your most burning questions about that. And we got really surprised about what the answer was, because you were actually saying how to even get started making money online. And so we've been in the thinking box, and we have some really good stuff in store for you today. So stay tuned to the end, because we will share our best tips to get started with this online money marketing freedom lifestyle. And by the way, I'm Niki.
And I'm Jens.
Yes, and we are full-time van lifers at the moment. We are in Portugal, and we talk all about freedom lifestyle and what it means to explore happiness. So let's dive deep into it. I have my notes with me today. This way I can always remember what I'm gonna say.
And I'm just a guest.
And Jens is just a guest. Anyways, so how to get started with your online business or make money online, if you want more freedom in your life. Because we all know or for me and Jens, it has always been in the cards that we don't want to live the 9-to-5 life. We don't want to be waking up in the morning, 6 o'clock, drag ourselves to a job we don't like. We also wanted more freedom in the sense we wanted to work whenever and wherever in the world. So because we love to travel, we love to meet new people, we love to see the world in general. But it has not always been like this. We're finally here, we are finally free. We are Portugal, like I said, but I think it was back in 2009. We actually were completely broke. Not
2019.
I'll
just say that. In 2019, we could not go to the ATM and take out 100 kronas to go buy groceries. We had nothing, absolutely nothing at that point.
And actually, because we've been van lifers now for 3 years, and the first couple of years Jens had a normal job, and I was still having my jewelry company, and we travel around to markets and sold my jewelry, and Jens sold massage and leather work. So that's how we survived in both Denmark and when we travel around in England. But then the winter came. And the markets, of course, closed down, and Denmark doesn't have like the same ability to go to markets. It's really expensive compared to England. So we were so screwed. And we were sitting in the van in Copenhagen, I remember. It was so freaking cold, and we were like, what the F to do? So luckily we found a house-sitting gig where we had to house-sit a house, just keep it warm because it was so old, for 3 months. And then we arrived there, and I think you're much better at explaining that story.
You're actually missing a key component right there. When we were sitting in Copenhagen on the docks without having any money, and it was really cold, and Niki by chance saw that they needed extras for a movie.
Oh no, yeah, that's why we were there.
And they actually needed our camper van in the movie, and a few other camper vans, because a scene in the movie was supposed to be a campground of some sort, and they did that in the weirdest of locations next to the Opera House in Copenhagen. And that just paid us enough money to put diesel on the van for a few weeks, and enough to like buy food and get by.
Yeah.
And then we got to we found that house.
Yeah, that's true.
Then
we had money to buy the membership for house sitting. I don't remember.
TrustedHouseSitters.com, and we made enough money so we could buy a membership, and found a house sit in Denmark, so we didn't have to travel too long. And so long story short, or short story long?
Well, then we were there, and we were broke and broken.
broken. And we were
And
sitting in the shit house, and it was cold, and we had to keep that fire going all the time. And at the same time, we felt lucky still that we actually had a house in winter in Denmark, even though it was a bit of a shit house.
Yeah.
But we sat there and we looked at each other, and we had two options. Either we go down to the municipal and we get like money, like support, like I don't know what you call it in English, but when you're out of work, you can go down and you can get some help. You get so you can get by until you get a job again.
Yeah.
Or we get our shit together, and I think we learned so much, and we have so many skills that we didn't really know that we had.
It was not only that. It was just more like, because when you in Denmark, we're so lucky we can go and get money from the government if we are out of work and all that stuff. But for me, it was also giving up my freedom and not being able to move freely around like we used to do. That was a big one for me.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I was on the floor crying.
Because if you get that money, then you have to stay in the municipal, so you can go to the office every week and say that I search for jobs and stuff.
Yeah. Then Jens? So we, a couple of years ago, in 2016, we met a wonderful woman named Brooke, who kept on telling Jens to go to Upwork.
Go on Upwork.
Go on Upwork. And we didn't for a long time. And so that was your first step. So please, because so the secret we're gonna share with you in the end is like, I don't want to give too much away because, but it is about finding somehow your talents, and that was what Jens was. One thing he was really good at is writing. Or what would you say?
Yeah, well, I'm a fast typer.
Oh yeah,
because
tell the story about your mom.
When we were kids, we got a computer, and it was a big deal. But our mom, we were four brothers, and three brothers and a sister. And before we were allowed to use the computer for playing video games, we had to first practice our 10-finger blind writing on the laptop via a fancy program. Back then it was fancy, now you just go online and do it for free. And all of us had to learn to write blindfolded, or looking at what we had to write while typing it. So we typed really fast, and I never really saw it as a cool, important skill ever, because I hated school anyway, so I didn't really use it in school much. It maybe helped me cut some corners, but that was just before Wikipedia and all that. But I managed to turn that skill into a really fucking great business. Sorry for cursing, but I do curse a lot. And actually in 1 year I have...
Yeah, but I think you...
I will save that. I will save that for later, but I will share with you how I managed to turn my blindfolded speed typing skills into real business. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, let's go back to the house, and like you went in on Upwork, and what happened there, Jens. I think that is an interesting thing, because then you thought, okay, what skills do I have? I can write quickly, and I can...
I'm good at... I'm multilinguistic, so I speak English and Danish. So I could also do translation work. But just to maybe explain to people, Upwork is a freelance portal where employers can find employees for different smaller and larger jobs. And I finally went there after Brooke suggested so many times. And I found a few small gigs. I found a little translation job and a little transcription job, and I did well, and got paid. I got paid. I got paid.
We were so surprised because it's like, what, like, because I always had my jewelry business online, but it's a product-based business, and for me that made so much sense. You produce something, you sell it, but this was like, whoa, we went to this platform, Upwork, and then suddenly he had work and actually really money coming in, and it was absolutely fascinating, I think. And then because in there you can find a job that works exactly for your skills. There's a need for everything, I will say. But anyway, so you got started on that, and also I want to say it took quite a short time before it really, even you got really annoyed.
Yeah, so I've quickly learned. Well, maybe just I need to actually tell why it helped me so much to learn that 10-finger speed typing, because otherwise it's kind of pointless. Yeah. On Upwork, I found what they call a transcription job, and the transcription is the art of listening to audio and typing it down at the same time. And it just made sense to me that was what I was supposed to do, because there's tons of that type of work online, and I'm really fast at it, so I actually made quite good money doing it. But I quickly found out that
Sorry.
I open it.
It's hot in here.
It's hot in here. I quickly found out that I don't like working at all. So I did really well on those jobs, and I did a few on Upwork. I got a few very nice reviews, and then I got return clients that came back to me and offered me more work, and I just kept saying yes to work, and even well knowing that I actually am not quite sure what I'm doing, and I'm not definitely don't have the time to do it myself, but I just kept accepting the job.
Yeah. And then this actually turned out to you now having how many employees?
So yeah, but what happened was that I then started finding other people to do the work, and me acting as an agency instead of an actual transcriber. And I grew from me to we were 5 guys on the team, then we grew to 10 guys, to 30 guys, to 50 guys, and new job opportunities came in because I kept on, so you're putting it down, I kept on just getting 5-star reviews and making sure that the team was doing a good job. And now we are more than 100 people working on the team, and some of them are almost full-time, some of them are not, and they are all freelancers, they are all doing something different, and I have the opportunity to give all them people jobs. So in how many months now, like 18 months, I have grown from just being me to being more than 100 people that I write, send money to every month.
Yeah, so that's quite extraordinary, isn't it? And I don't work for him.
Niki does not work for me.
I don't work for him. No, I'm not good at all that stuff. That I can't spell in any language. So that was definitely not for me. But it was quite awesome and surprising to see you grow that fast and finally money coming in. And for me, I have, with my jewelry company, I started it back in 2010, I think. And when you have a jewelry company, you have to set up a website, you have to take pictures of your jewelry, and there's a lot of marketing stuff behind it, and I didn't know what I was doing back then, and I didn't want to pay more people, because it was really expensive back then to have a website created and have photos taken. So I did it all myself. I learned the skill of graphic design, taking photos, and just setting up everything up pretty, and making websites nice, and marketing, social media, and all that stuff. So that, for me, in 2019, actually, I was so lucky. Brooke, my friend again, Brooke, little angel, she offered me a job for her company that she built in America. And so I just said, yes, I can do everything. I think my statement was back then was, I do everything for money. And so I did. So I became her assistant. I helped with YouTube, thumbnails, websites, everything she threw my way, I just did. And I had also it was not always that I knew how to do it, but YouTube is your friend, so I just learned it along the way. And so that made me at the end of last year, I then opened up my own graphic design company where I also create websites for amazing people out there, and and we do all the graphic stuff for exploring happiness and so on. So again, it was a skill that I didn't learn in school. It was something I learned myself along my own life journey, and that actually saved my ass back then. And just saying yes to things, even though you don't know always how to do it. And that also leads me then to the final secret we want to share with you, how you can get started, because it can be quite overwhelming out there because there's so many opportunities now. And also what I hear along our journey when we are traveling, that not many people know the possibilities to make money online. And this doesn't mean that you want to travel in a van and like we do, or travel the world, or in general. It can also just mean that you want to make some extra money for yourself at home and have more time for your kids, or whatever it does. But it's just a great opportunity to make some extra cash and get started now, and that will lead or get you more freedom in life. You know, who wants to go to work from 9 to 5 like they always said, but mostly it's from 8 to 4, isn't it, in Denmark? And be stressed all your life, and then you end up, you know, when you're 50 or 60, and then you're like, I didn't get anything out of my life. I just worked all the time. And that's my most scariest nightmare, that not be living my life as when I can. That was a long intro to that.
It's also a different story that we'll do in another, why we decided to actually do this. I think we talked about it in another podcast, but we can talk about it another time.
Yeah, so for me, so the tip we want to give to you, I just need my computer because I have all the questions in there. You have to set your timer on 5 minutes, and you have, of course, to ask yourself some questions here. And there's two, so we're gonna split it up in 2 columns. The first column is what you I don't know how to say the word yet. Curiosity.
What you're passionate about.
But also what you're interested in, you can say. And the other column is the skills and expertise you already have. So let's start with the first column. So write down what you are most excited about right now. What do you love to do? What's your passion? And the next thing is, what are things you see other people do and think that would be cool? So do you look up to somebody who does something you really want to do? Write that down as well. And I love this one because this really resonated a lot with me. But what did you love to do, or what were you passionate about when you were a kid, before society kind of ruined your view of the world? Like, what did you just do naturally? Did you like to build stuff? Did you like to paint stuff, to write? Whatever, write that down. And what would you do tomorrow if you didn't have any responsibilities? Great questions as well. So that is all in your curiosity, passion kind of area. Like, write everything down you absolutely love to do. And one thing, and a little extra question for you there, what can't you stop talking about, right? Like, what are you getting passionate up about? Like, when somebody asks you the question, like, for instance, our neighbor Anna, she's really passionate about how to raise her children differently. And as soon as you talk with her about it, you can see her light up, and she just loves to talk about it.
And she knows.
She knows.
Because she learned it. She might even not think that she has a certain skill in that sense, but she really does, because she knows, she studied, she learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, write that all down in one big brainstorm on one side.
One column. And then you have another column.
Yeah, and I think Jens is much better at reading stuff. Just give it to him.
So on the right side, the whole purpose here is to match what you're passionate about with the skills you have. So now you wrote down everything you were passionate about, you couldn't stop doing, what you loved to do when you were a kid and these things, and what you can't stop talking about. On the other column, that's where you write your different skills and expertise. And don't just think what you learned in school. Like, what have you become good at over the years? What have been something you've been working with or playing around with, or one thing you know something about? And what skills have you acquired? Like, what problems have you had to solve over the years as well? And this is really cool. What do other people come and ask you about? What do people ask you for help with? Because they do that because they trust you.
For instance, for us, it's like it's about business. It's like how do you turn your passion and ideas and dreams into a business? We just had it with our neighbor Anna. She was again like she didn't know where to start, and then she said, "But what about this? And am I good enough? And can I how do I get my blog to get an income?" And there was so many, and we
did a coaching session with her about 90 minutes, and after that she's just been on fire every day, been working on it and taking steps towards her building her freedom and her lifestyle now based around what she actually loves to do. But just again, the skills and expertise. What are you really good at? What can you do fast that other people always take a long time doing?
Yeah, because some of our skills can be really hidden because we don't know we are good at it. Like for instance, we are really good we cook food really well.
Cook food
really well.
I'm really good at chopping onions.
Yeah.
A lot faster than Niki, and I'm also a lot faster at typing than
Niki.
Anyone I know.
But anyways, it's like
so
it can be so hidden. Like I would even ask my spouse or my partner or somebody in my family what I'm good at, because sometimes we don't know it because we're good at it and it comes easy to us. And I think that is one of the biggest skills we can make money on, because we can teach other people to do it. Maybe you're skilled at drawing stuff, or cooking, or whatever it could be.
Many
but
options.
It has to come easy. Who wants to live a difficult life where work is hard, right?
Back to that whole, you have your two lists now, and they should try to get as many things on them both as possible. And
in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
Don't want you to think.
And then try to match the skill with one of the passions. So try to draw like a line between that passion, or that curiosity thing, with that expertise or skill. So see what matches up. So you find something you're really good at that you're also passionate about, and then you have something that you can begin monetizing, as we say. It might not be the first thing that comes to your mind. It might be something completely different down the line. And once you have that initial idea of what am I good at and what am I passionate about, what can I do, then we can go into the next step, and that's a whole different podcast. But that's finding out then how do I then turn that skill into something I can make money on. Could be having a blog or freelancing on Upwork or Freelancer. It could be having an online course on Teachable, having a membership site or whatever. So there's a million options there, and we'll go into some of them soon, I suppose, because this is a big question.
Can I say, I think I would love to, please do this exercise, and then write in the comments down below what you got out of it. Like, for example, I'm good at writing and I love writing, and then write it in the comments, and then we can take it up in the next podcast, and we can let you know what you could do with that. Yeah,
let's play around with that. If you have something, then let's ping pong. We will turn your idea into a business.
That is what we are really passionate about, because I think we grew up so limited in a belief that we can do. And I want to and then, you know, just giving you a pathway to what actually is possible out there, I think. Because I would just want to say, none of us have an education.
No. We don't know anything according to normal school life.
Yeah.
But we are doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And we would love to help you do the same.
Yeah, that is what we're really passionate about. Also with Anna again, and I say her name again because we just had the coaching session with her, and what mostly we actually know what we're passionate about and what we're good at, but then the fears and the know-how is coming in, like I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I need more education, and that is often what stands in our way. And this is where we absolutely love to help you over that barrier, because we both been there.
Yeah, just break down all those negative spiraling thought patterns that keep you from actually doing.
Yeah, I think one was saying, don't wait to retirement to do what you love, you know, do it now, be young now. It's now time to live. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So please, also I want to say one thing. If you want a PDF with the steps to start your online business, you again PM us or no. Say yes in the comments if you want the PDF.
Yes in the comments if you want. That's a classic. We just like to apologize really quickly for not being super perfect podcasters yet. But we're really practicing, really want to do this, and we really,
that's a good tip, Jens.
Yeah, we really, because for us, you might sit here, you might think something about us. We are nervous about doing this. We're not used to speaking in front of a camera and trying to make sense of our thoughts. I am not used to trying to make sense out of my thoughts, and I know that you might not. It might not be perfectly delivered, but we're really practicing this, and we are hoping to become really good at it and do this actually 3 times a week.
Yeah, I think that we are so passionate about helping people to get out there and get out of their own, you know, fears. And so we're not perfect. And one of the rules is start and don't be perfect. That's not the saying. I will find the saying for you. That's not the quote. But it's not. It's
good enough.
Oh my God, I've been hiding because I wanted everything to be perfect. I want my website to be perfect. My Instagram, my logo, my colors, my everything. And I never get started because I always have another excuse to not start my online business or live my dream, because I just need to just make this more nice.
Just have to practice what I'm gonna say one more time, just one more time, and just make sure the
can you see the
microphone is just perfect and everything is just right. But you know what? Screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just get on with it. And I mean, we almost have an obligation to share what we know. Yeah.
So I want to make a little recap on what we've been through today. So the question was like how to even got started on your business, and me and Jens, we then shared a little bit about how we got started on our businesses, how we went from broke to driving all the way to Portugal. No, actually having 2 online businesses that makes money and makes us able to live freely. And so your homework today is to go home and make one list about what excites you in life, what's your passion, what's your curious about, and then on the other side, what skills do you already have? What did you learn? What did you learn maybe in school, or what did your parents taught you, or whatever. And that's the good one. What do people come and ask you help for? Such a delicious one, because you already have so much knowledge inside of you. And remember, you always one chapter in front of somebody else, so you can always teach, or you can do whatever you want. This is actually possible, to live a free life and not work 8 hours a day, only 4, and then do more of what you love.
Yeah, and also some online jobs can be a passion passion project, and others can simply just be a job, just getting started, maybe maybe translation isn't super exciting, but it's a job and it's online, meaning, hey, I can do it from Portugal.
Yeah, but and also the thing is, like Jens is just working maximum. How much a day?
I try to not work much. I'd rather make less money and then have other people make that money, but me still just having enough.
Yeah. It's also about that, isn't it? But that is also for another podcast. Like, what is actually makes you happy every day? What do you want your day to look like?
If you want a complete detail about how I run my business and how I started it and how it works, like the inside and out, just maybe write it in the comments and we can maybe go into that, or I can go into that on a solo podcast another time, or I don't know, do a little mini course on it or something. So so let us know in the comment if you want that.
Good. I think that's enough for today. And again, if you have any more questions, leave it in the comments. And if you want the PDF on how to get started on your business, please write down a yes in the comments. And thank you so much for listening and being patient with us. We're gonna be more and more awesome. We're already awesome.
We're already well awesome, but we'll get better every single day.
Yes. Have a beautiful day, lovely ones out there, and yeah.
Ciao for now.
See you tomorrow.
Don't go.
We are going live tomorrow again, hopefully on the right time at 11 Portugal time. We will talk about our biggest mistakes.
Yeah, we'll share with you our biggest mistakes when we started doing this.
Both my old business, our new businesses, and just in general.
Yeah.
What we don't want you to do.
No point in you making the same mistakes.
Okay.
So tune in tomorrow.
Peace.
Around 11 a.m. Portugal time. I have no idea what they call that. Lisbon time? UK time?
Doesn't matter.
UK time. It's the same.
It is practice.
Wow.
Practice. Okay. Bye.
Bye.